So I'm back. Enough video game talk. Now we have to get serious and talk like adults. But like I said, play Cuphead. It's incredible. Buy Cuphead. It's fucking incredible. Support Cuphead. Those guys are amazing. Those brothers are incredible. What they did was something that is very, 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 very cool. So yeah, support it. So I have to be done with this, like, in this session. So we'll see how that goes. But it's taking me way too long, way, way too long. Lighting is a little weird on the face. And I want to be faithful to that sort of strange lighting. But I also want to kind of push the colors that I'm seeing there and the temperature of the colors that I'm seeing there. Because there's kind of more purples and more greens. Very subtle, very, very subtle. When I'm saying that, don't imagine like a purple or a green. Just more green, like more green than what's right next to it. Good things take time. Gracias, Laura. No, sí, voy a tratar de tomarme tiempo, pero how many hours do you paint daily? As much as I can, honestly. I am a teacher, so I do have to teach. I enjoy it. I mean, I've talked about teaching quite a lot. I enjoy teaching. I think it's an amazing part of my life. I mean, it's what's given me sort of a peace of mind to be here talking to you guys, to know that I can kind of paint comfortably with people around me and chatting with people, and but it does take time. It does take a lot of my time. I like I said, I am very, very grateful for it, for the opportunity that life gave me to start teaching, though, and for the way the university here has sort of let me. I have responsibilities in terms of what I have to, of the objectives that I have to meet with my class, but the university here has given me liberty in the sense that I can approach my class like however I want. But the reality is it's not it's an art faculty, so it's not a traditional painting studio, let's say, or a workshop or anything like that. So people have, if I'm in a class with like 18 students, chances are that only one of them is going to be interested in this manner of working, and I'm totally fine with that. I came to accept that. So I have to teach a broader sort of definition of painting, and I think that that's kind of cool too. I really feel that I can't limit myself to think that painting means only what matters to me. So it's kind of made me, forced me initially to be broader into the way as to how I taught painting, and honestly also in the way that I approached painting. So teaching is a wonderful thing. There's nothing, my teachers changed my life, so I'm of the mindset that there's nothing quite more valuable in life than a teacher that changes your life, So I'm not saying that that's my value, but I'm saying that that's the potential that good teachers have on your life. So I've always kind of respected and loved that's what we should always remember as teachers. Are you at a research school or a teaching school? It's a fine arts faculty, so it's not. I mean, there's a research area in our faculty. There's a part where they do research, but no, it's just a regular art faculty, a big art faculty, but kind of traditional in the sense that for an art school, I would say, but it's not specialized in let's say what I do. because nowadays you can go to like very specialized schools of art. So, and that's when you kind of say, okay, I don't want to go to school because it's crazy expensive, and I don't want them to teach me stuff that I'm really not interested in. So let's say if you're not interested in installation or sculpture or I don't know, performance or video art or whatever. You go to places and all you want to do is draw casts. You can find places where you can draw casts, where you just, that's going to be your education. So, but no, this school offers like a very broad range of possibilities within the art world. Sí, enseño en la Universidad Javeriana, en Bogotá. Vamos a ver cuánto tiempo más enseño allá. Ojalá pues el tiempo que tenga que enseñar allá, pero vamos a ver cuánto más. But one of the reasons I'm doing this is the board you're mixing paint on just glazed wood. No, this is saran wrap. This is plastic on top. I missed what you said about your crowdfunding campaign last time. Can you summarize? Yeah, sure, I can summarize. And I can tell people that, I'll be very, 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 very honest with you guys. I'm realizing that it's quite hard to do a campaign and to have the funds sent to a Colombian bank, which is what I would need to have done. And again, some people have suggested that I work with an editorial or that I work with people that do online classes, just so that I can do this. But I want to do this alone. I want this experience to be by myself, and I'm kind of adamant about that. So I'm realizing that it's probably going to be a bit more complicated than I would have wanted. If it is too complicated, like I told you guys, I will do like a YouTube channel or something. And even if it, even if it's, I'm doing it for free, then that it is what it is. But I want to do it because I really need to push forward with this. Part of my philosophy in wanting to sort of combat the high cost of education is so that everyone, regardless of where they are, if you're in India or you're in Russia or wherever you are, you can have access to what we're doing and what we're working on. So it still would be a venue, having like a YouTube channel. So the thing is, I would love to do that, but I would love to produce my content in a professional manner. I would love to do like really, really, really good videos, and that takes time, and unfortunately takes more equipment and more more money than I have right now. But I would find a way. If I can't do my Kickstarter project, I will find a way to make it work. I promise you that, because I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn enough to find a way. For the people, I'm sure most of the people here already know, but for the people that are kind of that want to know what I said in the other stream, I want to do a 2-part editorial project. So I would print my sketchbook, and that's kind of like the most, the traditional part of the Kickstarter would be that. But the other part, and if you want to just buy that, and I'm calling it Kickstarter, but I'm probably not going to use Kickstarter, so I have to start calling it like crowdfunding. So I am being a little more honest as to what I have to do, because I would have to do it through another company. But if I end up doing that crowdfunding project, I will also want to do a part of an educational project alongside. So what I'm proposing is that I'm going to edit a sketchbook a place, and it's a sketchbook because of the unassuming sort of quality that painting on this size has had on, you know, the experience that I have had painting on something that's this size, and for the time that that it takes me to execute a painting on this size, I've noticed that, you know, the things that usually I care about when I do a larger painting are not necessarily the same ones that make up the process that it takes for me to do a painting like this one. So I've been very fond of working on these smaller spaces and on working on very limited time frames. So that's why I would do a sketchbook. It's just a place where you sort of liberate yourself from those from those the things, the very same things that make you approach your artwork and in a way where you tend to forget about what's really important while you're painting. You know, when you're painting and you have to do something for a show, it probably, and if you guys have had this experience, you could attest to this, but, you know, if we're painting for a show, at some point, you know, many of us have been in that moment where we start thinking, oh shit, you know, I think that I could sell this painting a little bit better if I did X, Y, or Z. So that, you know, that's something that's very human, that has happened to a lot of us, and that is sometimes very, very hard to avoid when we want to have like a commercial success when we're doing a show. And I've found that when you work on a place like, you know, on this little place like this, those thoughts never enter my mind. Never. You know, I forget about what people that I respect paint like. I forget about sales. I forget about everything. And it's really cool because it lets me access a part of my painting that I thought was almost inaccessible. So that's why I'm promoting working on a smaller sketchbook. And by what I mean by me editing that sketchbook is that I would have people make, you know, it's sort of an educational program in the sense that I would design very, very specific exercises within that sketchbook. So, you know, there would literally be text that you can paint on top of. Like, you know, I'm imagining that you can just work on top of that text, and that's totally cool. And you try to solve one exercise a week. So you would be doing essentially kind of, I've been painting on a quicker rate than that, but it would be like one painting a week. And it would be 104 pages long, so it would be 2 years, you know, a sketchbook that you can actually work on for 2 years. And the reason I think it would be cool to work on for 2 years, and many people have told me, you know, 2 years is like really scary. That's a huge commitment. You're going to scare people off. And I tell them, well, you don't have to work for 2 years. You can hang around, you know. I'm going to be working for 2 years with you, but you can just hang out on the sidelines if you want for like, you know, for 6 months if you want, if you don't feel comfortable posting your stuff, because that's my plan, like to have a whole community and to share every single week, to share what people have made for the exercise that we're working on. So the cool part about this is that I'm going to be working alongside everyone else. So I'm going to dedicate like those 2 years of my life to be working alongside everyone else. And every single week I'm going to post like, I'm going to produce and edit a video of how I tried to solve the exercise of that week. And I'm also going to showcase, like, you know, if we're working within a community, then I'm going to showcase a bunch of paintings that you guys did, and I can actually do paint overs. Like, I'll find a way to do paint overs. It's not that hard. I could actually have you guys, send me your image, like a photo of your image, and I can print it out and then I can paint on top of it, like literally paint on top of it. So I'm going to be giving like critiques and comments and all that stuff, and but we do it as a community. We do it all working together, all working at the same time. So my hope is that I can send that second sketchbook that I edit to everyone, so that I can tell you guys, okay, April 2019, we're going to start, and you receive it, and we have a set date, and we all work together from then on. And I will be working, for those 2 years on this. So that's the core of my project, to just have a community, and not just pre-produce videos, but have, do them real time with you guys, so that we all have this feeling that we're sharing like the same experience. And have an open channel of communication, in the sense that, with you guys sending paintings or submitting paintings of the exercises that you've done, and me just, picking some of those paintings and using them as a way to talk about color and form and more formal aspects of painting, then we can learn together, we can experience together. And I think that that's what gives a sort of value to this community that I want to promote. And so that's kind of a simple way to describe what I want to do. But like I said, it's unfortunately not being able to do the Kickstarter from within the U.S. Has posed some different sorts of problems, and I don't want to be, I'm not going to let myself be beat by these issues. So I'm going to try my hardest to work around them and to find ways to make it work. So it may just take a little more time than I had expected, because that's the most frustrating part, is that I have everything set up so that I can launch it, but I can't now. Not right now at least. So it's going to be a little more time, and by time I'm not meaning months. If anything, it's just weeks. So for the people that are I've had people like DM me, like, oh my God, when's it going to be out? Like, I need to know specifics. I need to know right now. So it's going to take a little more time, but so I have to ask for your patience. I know I'm asking a lot, but I have to ask for a little bit of patience. So in the meantime, that's why I'm gladly doing a lot more of these live sessions, so that we can sort of have this sense of community and have it a little, every time a little stronger. So that's it. Well, I hope everything works out. I'm working my hardest to see, and I'm having, really wonderful people that care about me help me in trying to decipher what the best way to go about this would be. So yeah, when I'm able to do that, I will very gladly tell you guys. And like I said, and I said it on my other stream, like, if I can't do this, you guys have to trust me and know that I am, like, my alternative would be to do the Facebook channel, and I would do it. It would mean, like, learning as I go along in producing videos, but I will find a way. Like, trust me, I will definitely find a way to do this. So that little face is like shaping up. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell what I meant initially about the colors of the face. I wish that they could be. I'm very, very respectful of what I'm seeing, so I wish I could say that they were going to be more saturated and nicer. No, like the lighting condition of what I'm looking at sort of makes me not forcing me, but makes me contemplate making it cooler than than what I would think or than what I would originally had imagined it to be, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine to me. So I'm trying to see how to make all of that work, to describe that face within that coolness, and to make it work. There's a little shadow before the form turns on this one side of her face that I need to push a little more. I'm realizing I need to push those things a little bit more. So I'm gonna go back into that one. And I'd much rather do that and lose that edge, and then I'll go back to it and find it with the hair, with the dark of the hair. I hope I described a little, I could describe clearly what I wanted to do with the Kickstarter, with the crowdfunding project. Because the person that asked was like, could you summarize? And of course I couldn't. So subtle. The changes in value here is so subtle, but so significant. Like, it kind of shows me that if I miss it, that if I don't hit it, it won't work. And there's areas sometimes in your painting that are far more forgiving than some others. And I think I'm in one of those places where, if I don't do it right, it just doesn't look, it's not going to work. But like I said, I was talking about this the other stream. I would love for me to have painting sessions where I struggle like crazy, and I tell you guys, okay, I have to call it quits because this thing got the best of me, and this is the best I could do. I would love for that to happen at some point, because that's what happens to me. I don't know if on a regular basis, but that's what happens. I think our lives as painters is more is composed more of those moments than of moments of like triumph. And I hate to give a false sense of security when I'm painting. So the idea of producing so many videos is also having you guys realize that at times it's hard for you guys, and at times, and many times, it's also hard for me. So hopefully that I can kind of do that at some point, like struggle. Not struggle, like, I hope I don't have to struggle, because God fuck, that's always annoying when you have to struggle so much. But eventually it's going to happen where you see me really struggling with something. And I think that those moments are going to be cool because they're not fake. Like, I don't know why painters, we usually love to communicate this false sense of security, but that's not what I want to be this about. So still trying to find that stupid little edge here. Oh. I remember, I've talked about this before, but I remember one of the first demos I did was in Fontbonne University, and they paid me to go there and to look at people that were in their grad school. They asked me to go there and to look at their work and to have do some crits, which is funny because I never went to grad school, so I didn't do an MFA. So I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll do that. So I went there, and I think I did a talk. Did I do a talk? I don't remember. I think I did. I think I did a talk. And after the talk, I had to paint. And I was like, okay. And those are the things that I usually do nowadays, and I'm totally cool with them. Like, they don't, bother me in the slightest. But I remember I hadn't done any of that when I was going there that first time. I was like, okay, I've painted in front of people, so that's not going to be, too different. And I sucked. Long story short, I struggled so much, so much. And to this day, I blame it on me choosing like an idiot. I chose a clay board to paint on, and it was really, really absorbent, and it was just, but who fucking cares? Like, nowadays, I could paint on anything that they give me, and I trust myself that I know I would be able to adjust. I can struggle for a little bit, but I know that I can adjust eventually. But I don't know, I didn't have that in me at that moment, and I struggled so much. And people were like super nice. They were saying like stuff like, oh, it's probably, you're jet lagged. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, yeah, I'm tired. And I was like, jet lagged? I'm in the same, same time zone as you. What the fuck, jet lag? No, the truth is, it was just me struggling. And I remember learning like crazy from that experience. Just realizing that I had to be more focused, that I had to control a little bit more what I was doing when I was painting, or that I had to just be honest and say, fuck me, I'm having a hard time with this. And that was totally, by saying that, I was also acknowledging that painting, is never something that's set, because, when you can control everything, painting is kind of easy. When you control your lighting setup, when you control the model, and you end up working in very familiar ways, then painting can be easy. But when you don't really make a fuss about it, and that's me. I usually say, well, what do you need? What do you need to paint? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, whatever. Whatever you have, whatever lighting you have, and whatever space you have is fine. You many times encounter situations where you don't feel so strong. And this was one of the times where nothing felt kind of familiar to me, and I struggled like crazy. And one of the things, it's not that bad that you struggle, but it's bad when you know that people notice that you're struggling. Oh, that is so tough. That was killer for me. And I noticed that, I realized that everyone was noticing that I was struggling. Like, I had people leave. I remember it was like, they had tons of chairs for people to come in and see what I was doing. And people left. I was bombing. It was terrible. I was like, oh, fuck. This is the equivalent of like a comedian bombing. And then you start being painfully aware of people leaving. And then, I don't know. Nothing good comes out of you being conscious about those things. So I think this was me becoming overly conscious about all that stuff. And I let it beat me. Like, I really, really let it beat me. And I remember I was so mad with myself. I was like, why did I let this happen? And at first I would blame, again, the clay board. But then I realized it had nothing, I was like, that it has nothing to do with the stupid clay board. Like, stop telling yourself that, convincing yourself about that. And then I started changing my mindset, and I was like, dude, when you do these, like, aren't you doing the thing that you love to do the most in this fucking world? And I would tell myself, well, yeah, this isn't painful for me. Like, this is joy for me. Painting is like absolute joy for me. And I started telling myself, well, why don't you fucking do that? Like, enjoy your painting. Like, literally, just enjoy it. If you're struggling, like, take a breath and just enjoy the fact that you're struggling. Like, accept it and just enjoy it. And I started doing that, and it was like a switch, and it clicked. And after that, I was like, okay, this is cake. This is, because it wasn't about, like, making a nice painting. Like, oh, that demo was so cool because it came out like a nice painting. It was bigger than that. It was like, it was just an experience. And, if you're willing to, like, enjoy the experience, then the whole thing doesn't fall apart if the painting isn't as good as other paintings. Like, the truth is, you're never going to hit it out of the park all the time. Like, as good as a painter you are, trust me, you are not going to paint fucking killer paintings every time you sit down. That would be stupid to think. How do I hide the comments? You can't. You can't. You have to write to Instagram and say, fuck Instagram, I hate these scrolling comments. They're too big. They're not designed for a live thing. She looks so mean right here. I want her to look like sad. I always want my kids to look sad. Sometimes when I pose them, I tell them, like, Fede, okay, sad. Now sad. Now do a sad face. And I think that they look so cute. Like, she looks so cute when she does, like, a sad face. I think she was genuinely sad here. But but now she looks like fucking mean. Like, she's I need to soften that fucking eye. That little round thing. That round ball sometimes, it feels too drawn. I need to soften it. Yes, and even after life, there will be in story. I have no idea what you guys are commenting. I just peeked at my phone, and I think I came in like mid-story, and I'm like, what the hell? What is going on? If I'm sticking my head, I'm sorry. My big ass head, like, in front of the camera. I'm sorry, but I gotta do this stupid fucking eyelashes. Whew. I don't know if you guys can tell when I hold my breath when I'm painting, because I'm painting like the tiny little area that I have to be careful about. Fuck me. I hate when I have to do that. Not exactly what I wanted, but I think that's too long. Okay, that's better. It's kind of getting better. Kind of. I'm not happy about this one, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let me see. That's a bad thing. When you're really sort of respectful of your drawing, the bad thing is that you start kind of not relating things properly, because you paint little areas of your painting as opposed to painting like the whole thing, to having like the whole thing. That's one of the things that bothers me about having a drawing underneath. You just start painting bits and pieces of your painting, and eventually they kind of come together, but you're doing it on like blind faith. This blind faith that at some point when everything comes together, it's going to look cool. And I don't like that feeling in the, before everything gels together. Like, I don't like that feeling. It just seems like you're not quite sure if things are working out. So, can you please move the brush? Oh, fuck me. You guys always tell me that. I'm sorry, but that's my that's the way I paint. So I'm sorry if that bugs you guys. I should have said, you know what? Fuck you, I'm not. No, I'm not moving. Oh, fuck me, look at that. I am not moving them. Of course I'll move them. I took this out because I think I have like small shifts in my painting that are not they're not quite right, and I want to make like I want it to feel like a bigger choice. It doesn't. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm doing, but I'm seeing it in my paintings. It's probably subtle. It's probably way too subtle, but it's important for me to do this. And I feel like a bristle brush kind of pushes me to be just that little bit bolder than what I was kind of doing a second ago, and it works a little bit better. But it takes so damn long. And this probably I'm taking a longer time because this head is so damn. It's not super small, but it's a small head. So if I make a wrong decision, it changes everything. It fucking shifts. It makes everything kind of shift. And I don't want to make bad decisions and build on top of bad decisions, because that's gonna kill me if I do that. So I try to sort of take my time and build on top of like good decisions, so I don't have to go back and change everything and adjust everything. But it's taking longer than I would have wanted. You know what I was telling you, that story about me struggling in that first demo that I did? Because I was fucking struggling doing this one. I am. So I wanted to buy myself some time and tell a story and just concentrate on, and have a chance to concentrate on what I'm doing, what I was doing. I was kind of reminding myself that I should concentrate on everything that's that's important about this particular painting. So I was buying myself some time. I was tricking you guys. Fuck yeah. Let me see here. So I love that stroke. That's very loose there, but I need to shape it a little bit better on this side. God, when I did the color studies for this, just the color, they weren't studies, but just options where, the different sort of avenues that I could take by doing this. I was like, okay, when I go back to the painting, I'm going to have like an easier time because I've done this already. Nah, not really. So not true. Jeez. That's why I haven't answered questions. Sorry if I haven't answered like very specific questions. Come on. And maybe it doesn't seem like I'm struggling, but trust me, I know when I have to be, sometimes I can paint like I'm not even trying. And this is one of those moments where I really have to try. Ugh. Mañana Man City contra Chelsea. ¿Sí? No, pero mañana el más chévere es Barça Atleti. Barça Atleti. Se define la liga. Okay, that's better. That's getting a little bit better, but oof. Tough. Fuck me, that's tough. That's why I hate fucking artists that they give this false sense of security. They sell you like a product. They tell you, if you go to my workshop, I'm going to teach you how to master whatever. And then it's like, whatever they want to sell is their product. Oh, fuck you all. You know that it's tough. You know that you're making it easier because you're doing just the one thing you know how to do. But fuck off. Like, it is hard. It is always hard. It's always gonna be hard. It's always going to be a struggle. Why don't say that? I feel that that's more valuable to like people that are like starting out, or people that are, stuck in with their own work. Like, why don't you acknowledge that this is tough? Like, that you yourself struggle, that you yourself kind of, fall into some days that you have no idea what you're doing, or if your painting is working, or if what you're doing is working out. Ugh. I feel that that's being honest with your work. That's being honest as a painter. Little things now. Tiny little things. Little things that make a huge difference. That's why people make so much fun of Bob Ross. Fucking guy. Oof. He was a hell of a painter. So hard to do what he did. And just the fact that he brought painting to like everyone, he kind of convinced everyone that they could, that this thing that was just hanging in museums could be part of their lives. That is so cool. Total respect for that guy. Plus, you could tell that he loved what he was doing. The other day I wrote to James Gurney, and he wrote back. And I was like, because he did this post on something or other. I forget now. I'm not helping my case here by not remembering what he what he posted. But he was like saying, go to my blog. There's over 4,000 posts on how to paint, on teaching you painting. And I've followed his blog for years, and I usually tell people, he is the best. He is the best teacher out there, and the most generous person with his knowledge out there. And I wrote to him, and I said exactly that. I was like, James, I respect you so much. You are the sort of person that I want to be like, because it shows that you love what you do, and you've been really, really generous with your knowledge for years, and you just kind of give this knowledge to people for free, if they are willing to listen. And I told him that he's my role model, really. And I was like, I always think of writing to people, and I always kind of tell myself, well, this is going to fall into deaf ears, like nobody's going to listen. And he wrote back, and he was super, super nice, and he was like, I usually don't check my Instagram mail, like my DM box. Just please write to me. And he gave me like an email, but he was like, it's so nice of you to say those things, and super, it's super cool work, Nicolas. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. Because I obviously have like heroes too, and he's like definitely one of my heroes. So it was really nice. It's so very nice when people answer back, because we very rarely think that artists answer back. And I try to answer back. Hopefully someone's not going there, well, you're an asshole. I wrote you like 5 months ago, and then 3 weeks ago, and then 2 days ago, and you haven't answered back. Well, maybe it's because you're weird, because you're writing way too much. But yeah, I try to answer to most people. I try to be nice to almost everyone I meet. So don't be a weirdo, and I'm definitely answering. I'll try. At least I try, I think. So I'm getting closer. I think maybe 10 minutes. Let's do 10 more minutes, because I think I have to be done in like 10 more minutes. But I'm happy, because this one was I felt it was sort of out of my grasp for a long time, for quite some time. It's going to be fun. I never listen to myself again, because I know I sound like an idiot, so I never want to go through that again. But I kind of scrubbed through my video to see how the painting went, and it's going to be fun to kind of see these tiny, tiny, tiny little changes that I've made on the painting, but that have made like a big difference. At least, I know that they have, because those are the ones that kind of saved me in this painting session. So it's just so tough when it's like this cute little face, and you know that anything you do is, you are running the risk of ruining it like instantly. There's such a dumb awareness of the fact that you're painting this little beautiful face, and that it's like in your hands. It's like right there. The fact that you can just make a dumb decision at any moment, and you ruin it, and you totally ruin it. There's these tiny little highlights that I've been saving for the end, which I hate. I don't like highlights having. I don't like giving highlights like that power, to have something kind of say, oh, that little highlight looked great. That's what it was missing. Because people tend to believe that highlights have that power, and they don't. Sometimes sometimes you have to work everything else like around that highlight, and everything else has to be. I know I'm holding my brushes, so I'm sorry. I have to do the fucking little face of the hat. The little cat face. I gotta do that too. Shit. Ugh. But I'm gonna draw that like super loosely. Watch me say that and spend like fucking 3 more hours on the face of the cat. There's a little cat, little features there I gotta draw. That's cool. Oh shit, moved. Oof. Okay, those were actually cool. A little too highlights in the eye. Those are actually pretty cool. Make that a little bit lighter. Oh, fuck me. I went past it. Shit. Okay, this is horrible streaming because I'm not talking anything. But I'm really concentrating. ¿La ardilla está intacta? ¿Ese es el gato? ¿La ardilla es ese gato? Sí. Jue puta vida. Tengo que llegar a hacer eso rápido. Pero es que estoy haciendo unas pendejadas ahí con los ojos. Puta vida. Oh God, fuck these eyes. Ugh. I've had my butt clenched for like 45 minutes now painting this damn painting. Fuck. I need like a sauna after I finish. I need a massage. Ugh. Okay, so I promise this is more grunting than I will do if I do my crowdfunding project. There's not going to be a lot of grunting. But yeah. But yeah, today you should see my palm. Like I'm putting my hand on top of my palette because I'm like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. Just I need to do this. And it's so fucking annoying because you think of like Velázquez or Sorolla, 4 brushstrokes. These fucking guys, they would be watching soccer now, so happy, like in bed watching soccer, saying, dude, are you still, they would be like yelling from bed, like, dude, are you still fucking working on your stupid little head? Because I'm done, I'm totally done, like you missed the goal. You fucking missed the goal. Because you're working with a tiny brushstroke. I'm done over here. We already like had lunch. Fuck you, Velázquez and Sorolla, and fuck you all. Oh fuck! Why did I did that stupid stroke? I didn't need to do that stroke, just because I was trying to do that Sorolla Velázquez joke. Don't worry, you're only missing a crap team. Oh, fuck you. Come on. Liverpool is a great team. Unless you're an Everton fan, probably. Okay, almost. Fuck me. Come on, almost. We're getting there. Still missing the cat. The fucking cat up there. Ugh. You know I'm pissed off right now with myself? I'm still using this fucking piece of shit brush. I'm tickling the painting. And I know I'm not doing anything to the painting. I'm just like, ugh. And I have to put paint down, for fuck's sakes, come on. I'm not going to paint my daughter anymore. Fuck her. She was cute. She was nice for a while. But fuck it. No more paintings of my daughter. This is it. I'm done. She's beautiful. I'll just tell her she's nice. Daddy, why haven't you painted me for months? Because you're cute. And I can't stand you. That's why. Because I can't paint you. Don't ask again. Don't ever ask again. Ugh. Let's see. The corner of the mouth. Good. Like a tiny little just value there. Ugh. Ugh. So hard to make a fucking mouth turn. Jesus. I don't curse this much. Trust me. I really don't. Actually, I do. But this today. Oof. My God. For fuck's sake, it's so hard. Okay, just these little bits of the eye, and I swear to God, I'm done. Not well done with the face. We got to do the cat. We got to do the fucking cat. The little stupid fucking cat. That is not going to be cool. I'm going to spend probably 10 minutes. Nobody's going to care about the cat. Totally pointless. But we have to waste time doing the damn cat. This is a total meltdown, isn't it? It's like, I am done. I am gone. Oh, fuck. Ugh. See, I tried to do the eyelashes on this, the bottom lashes on this side, and I went too dark. So now I got to go back. Great. Well, that's looking nicer. That's nice, though. She looks cute. Oh. Why couldn't I have, like, an ugly daughter? She's ugly. Fuck it. I paint ugly. Paint her ugly. And it's like, Daddy, well, honey, you're ugly. It came out quite right, actually. Because you're ugly. But no. Had to have, like, a cute daughter. Fuck. Fuck me. I mean, it's a blessing in life. It's a fucking nightmare if you're a painter. Good. Cool. Ugh. Jesus, fuck. I'm not religious, by the way, so don't worry about me saying Jesus fuck. Come on. Is my grunting like super evident? I feel like I'm having a baby here. Like I'm fuck, why did I? Come on. Okay, that's better. Fuck me. Oof. Oh, I gotta do. There's so much like little stitches.